Hello, my sweet soul sisters and brothers. My name is Mindy Arbuckle, and today I want to talk to you about the biggest problem that we face. Now, there are loads of problems in this world. You and I know a litany list of them. There's COVID, there's global unrest, there's the change of power in the United States, there's a political discourse. I mean, there's so much. Thankfully, we don't have World War on our laps yet, but we do have a lot of problems that we're facing. Economic instability, those are just the big ones, let alone the little things that we all have to face every day, like how to get food on the table and, our own jobs and making money and being able to take care of the kids and all those things. Those are all big problems. But the biggest problem of all is that we have forgotten who we are. And I really have been getting clear on this over the last couple of weeks. You see, 2 weeks ago, God and Goddess, Mother and Father planted in my heart just for a day the pain and the suffering that this world is really, truly feeling and going through. Not just here in the US, but the whole world. And the thing that I realized is that it's mostly under the surface. Most of us don't even realize how much agony we're carrying around with us from COVID, from social distancing, from being socially isolated, to not being able to see family and friends for Christmas and the holidays. I mean, there's a lot that we've all been through over the last year. Some of us have had deaths in the family. Others have had loss of jobs and economic instability and stress. And it weighed on my heart for an entire day. I knew it wasn't mine, and I knew that I didn't have to do anything but feel it. And then last week, I realized, wow, the biggest problem that we face is disconnection from who we really are. Because when you're disconnected from yourself, when you're disconnected from being able to love and appreciate who you are, it's much more difficult to feel connected to another human being. I mean, there's other obstacles to connecting to humans at this moment in time, like our social distancing and being able to even be in groups together. We're missing out on a lot of those human interactions right now, but bigger than interactions between people, we're missing out on the interaction with our highest self. And the yogis have said it. This is avidya. This is divine ignorance. This is the ignorance of that we're just a human body, that we aren't anything more than this mind, this body, this personality. And we convince ourselves. And what I realized last night is that, wow, we're not just disconnected, but I've chosen to disconnect over and over and over and over again in my life. Maybe at first it was unconscious or just survival when I was young. Maybe I didn't know any better. But instead of believing in myself, instead of accepting my heart as true, instead of what somebody else is putting on me as true, I chose that instead of this. I chose to believe the lies that were perpetrated toward me, consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't matter. But we're all told that we're not enough. We're all told at some point that you're too much, you're not enough, that you're crazy for thinking you can, hear other people's thoughts, or like these other gifts that some of you guys have, like clairvoyance, clairaudience. You're crazy for knowing that something's going to happen before it happens. You're a witch. Anybody ever been called a witch? I have. All right, so we choose to believe in these other people, in our bosses that have negative viewpoints of us, of somebody who just has the wrong vibe and doesn't mesh with you. You carry that on. And I'm the one who's perpetuating that suffering, that separation by that, whatever that event was. Say somebody called me an ignorant person who isn't living in her truth. And instead of letting that event happen one time, I replay it over and over in my head and my body, repeatedly, hundreds, if not thousands of times. And I make myself feel bad because of something one person said to me one time. Or maybe it's something that 10 people said to me 10 different times, but now I'm putting more weight into it and I'm believing it more because there's more of them out there. I'm not believing in myself anymore. And that's how we choose to disconnect. That's how we choose to suffer. And it is a choice, my dear sister, my dear brother. You don't have to suffer through that same shit anymore. Because you can actually choose your highest self. You can choose your calling. You can choose to serve. I was talking on the phone to my parents last night, and he said something, my dad said something like, you know, all I really want on my gravestone, not a morbid conversation at all, is that Frank Brown made a difference and made this world a little better. And I think that's what all of us should be doing right now. I mean, in a nutshell, that's all of our dharmas, is to make the world a better place. And you have your own unique gifts to do that. You have your own special way of helping certain people. You don't have to help every single person on this planet, but you do have the ability to help one or two or 10 or 100 or through your life, thousands of people. And you do it in a way that only you can. And it's by believing in yourself, by trusting in your innate wisdom and your innate power that you are divinely created for this purpose. That for all the events, all the suffering, all the pain that you went through was to get you right here to this moment. And when you reconnect with your highest self, you no longer say, why me? You say, try me. I'm on. It's on. Let's do this. Let's have some enthusiasm in this, making the world a better place. You know, I talk with so many good people, and like some of them are my family, some of them are clients, and we all have our own role to play. And we don't usually just have one role to play either. Like my brother and sister-in-law adopted, you know, and like totally changed that kid's life. My nephew, he has an extraordinary life compared to what he would have had he been put into the system because his mother couldn't take care of him. There's people like my parents who, you know, invited family members in when they were really struggling and hurting and gave them the upper hand. They gave them a second chance. There's other people like the woman I spoke to yesterday who serves women and children who have been abused and battered. Like, that's an amazing calling. There's other people who, you know, work in law enforcement, other people who find their divine calling through the law, other people who find their way by being a doctor or a healer of some sort. There are as many paths to our dharma, our highest purpose, as there are humans on this planet. There's no one right way or wrong way. But just because somebody said, well, if you're not a doctor or an engineer, you're a failure. Their truth doesn't equal your truth. What is your truth? And that's how getting connected to your highest self helps you to know your truth. Helps you to know what are your guiding lights? What are your guiding principles in life? And then to use those to serve humanity, to make this world a better place. We are each here to do what we can in a way only we can do it. So is it time to step up? I think so. 2020 was a year of waiting. Wait and see. Let's see how this whole mask thing goes. Let's see how COVID goes. Let's see if I'm going to get my job back after being furloughed. Let's wait and see. 2021's asking for action. It's asking for spirit-aligned actions. And that's how you start to get clearer and clearer and clearer on your purpose. Yes, meditation is part of that process, and sitting still and thinking about it is part of the process. But thinking doesn't make anything happen. Thinking is the vibration that causes the creation, the action to happen. And when you step into your spirit-aligned actions, life is limitless. Abundance becomes a reality. You can make money aligning with your highest soul's purpose. That is where I want you to go. That's where the world needs you to go. That's what this energy, this awakening that we're all feeling is leading us. Is for all of us to step up, to say, I love me enough to truly believe in me, my highest self, to tap in so that you can create the world of your dreams. And again, the time is right now. And that's my purpose. My purpose is to get you totally connected with your highest self so that you don't have any excuses anymore. You bust through the limitations that have always held you back so you can truly step into, with clarity and confidence, your highest purpose and create a career out of that if that's your purpose, right? You can do it possibly right now where you're at. But some of you, I know, are being called to do things in a whole new way and to expand what the systems have created thus far, to do it better than our systems are doing it right now. And it's going to take courageous, bold, beautiful women and men to do this. And I'm going to work with those women right now and men later on this year to really help you embody your spirit, your truth, your expansion, so that you can truly have sacred fulfillment in your life. Because it all starts right here. It all starts right here by loving and appreciating exactly who you are, by trusting in your path, by trusting in your soul's guidance. You can have the life of your dreams. You can make your life better. You can have a better job or an entrepreneurial career that is all your own. You can have a contented, happy family life. You can have open, loving communication that is fulfilling and nurturing to you and those around you. So I want you to schedule a call with me to tell me what dream is on your heart and what is holding you back from accomplishing that dream. And we're going to see if we can work together. If not, I'm going to point you in a better direction. If so, sacred fulfillment could be the course that you have been praying for. 2021 is a year of intentional, spirit-aligned actions. No more waiting. It's not necessary to wait anymore. Make the investment in yourself and get really resourceful. I know times are hard. For some of you, it feels impossible. But when you open up to the possibilities of who you are in your divine spirit, magic, true magic can happen. And that resourcefulness will get you a long way. The grit and the determination that you've built in your life up to this point will get you the money that you need to invest in yourself and be able to really put yourself first. You know, that's really important. You can give so much more when you come from a place of fullness and completeness. But if you come from a place of empty and drained, what else? What are you going to give? Not much. So the biggest problem that we're facing that I'm here to help you solve is disconnection from your highest self. Because when you're disconnected from your highest self, you cope. You say, oh, well, I guess that's my only option. You limit yourself. Let's get you out of those limitations. Let's get you out of coping and just numbing yourself to life and truly embracing it with love, with joy, with light and excitement to live an extraordinary life. You're not here just to live a fine life. You're here to live an extraordinary life. And I'm going to help get you there. I can't wait to do it. Schedule a call. It's so easy. MindyArbuckle.com/talk. That's it. MindyArbuckle.com/talk. Schedule a call. It's totally free. There's no downside to this. Open your heart to yourself. Put yourself first for once. I know you love to serve, and it is part of who you are and part of why you're here. But serve from a place of wholeness, from a place of filled up, right? An empty tank will get that car almost nowhere. But a full tank can take you across the country. So let's fill your tank back up with your highest self, with love, with acceptance, with clearing out the shit you don't need anymore, and get you back on purpose. MindyArbuckle.com/talk. And I can't wait to talk with you today, tomorrow, and the next week. Go ahead and make your appointment as soon as possible and tell me what you're most excited about. I'm curious. What are you really passionate about that aligning with your spirit will get you? Okay. Mwah! Lots of love to you. I can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye.